In today's episode, tech support, it's not just for computers. Tales from the NOC side, Part 1. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. Tech support, it's not just for computers. I was just a bystander for this incident, but it was an interesting twist to my tech support experience. I was in England with my wife on vacation a few years ago. We had to take a bus from Heathrow to the town we were staying in after we arrived. The bus driver was a very nice middle-aged lady who gave us all a running commentary on the ride down. She was like something out of British TV comedy, but completely charming. We got to the first bus stop, a small station in a town near to where we were headed. She shuts the bus off since this is not the US where you always leave engines running all the time. After boarding the new folks, she goes to start the engine and nothing happens. Like most modern machines, the bus has lots of computers, so she goes through some reset steps, keeping up a running commentary for the passengers. Nothing works. She turns around and tells us she's going to have to call tech support. Wow, tech support for bus, well, why not? We can only hear her side of the conversation, of course. She tells whoever is on the phone, yes, did reset X, yes, she tried step Y and workaround Z. Then her voice suddenly rises in tone and volume, no, she's not going to do that. She's a driver, not a mechanic. She starts scolding the support person. Imagine suggesting something unreasonable to your mom or favorite aunt. My wife and I, who both had a lot of experience supporting computer users, are about falling out of our seats laughing. Anyway, she's totally reading the riot act to whoever is on the phone, who is probably wishing he'd never suggested the final step. Driver tells the support person to dispatch a mechanic and a replacement bus, and stop instructing her to do things she's not supposed to do. Apparently the support person decided do just that. Driver lady stands up and proceeds to tell us all the things they wanted her do, which of course, she had already tried, and finally, the support person wanted her to disconnect the batteries, let the bus sit for some amount of time, reconnect the batteries, and see if that worked. I'm thinking, this is the UK, everyone is likely in a union, and it sounds like they were asking a driver to do mechanic's work. I don't know for sure. Plus she doesn't have any tools. While we were waiting for the next bus, I asked the driver about our bags, since I would have to get switched over to the replacement bus. Oh, don't worry, love, I already pulled them out and will get them loaded for you. We had a wonderful time on the trip and had fantastic experiences with all the people we had to deal with. Thanks, Fran. Keep on truckin'. Tales from the NOC side, Part 1. I'd been a support engineer for several years and was the subject matter expert on integrations. I helped customers implement our product, then collaborated with engineering and product management when issues came up. My US-based, but European-owned, company acquired a German competitor. I always felt like the European execs treated American workers like colonial subjects, as I'd witnessed this at two previous companies. The CEO and his cronies would roll in and accost workers with "Oi! You! What are you doing to make money for me company?" Meanwhile, the German managers took over every facet of our decision-making process and culture with a sour grin. My newly appointed German manager, Grimace, relocated to the US and brought an underling, Special K, who was my counterpart at the acquired company. I was given the unenviable job of training Grimace, Special K, and 10 of their European account reps on our product. Some memorable dialogue between us went something like, "Special K, how do you create an API key hash with HMAC?" Me, "Here's the solution, I wrote it in Python and added comments, so you can see how it works." Special K, "That is very complicated. I do not know Python. I only know Perl." Me, 15 minutes later, "Okay, I wrote an example in Perl. Let me know if you have any questions." Special K, "Oh, that's nice. I am too busy. Maybe I will be free next week." Me, "How's the progress on the task for big company?" Special K, "It is good, I am almost done, but I have questions. Let's have a conference call." Me, it might be easier for you to refer to the step-by-step directions I documented, and follow up if you have any questions. Special K, I read them, but do not understand. Let's have a conference call. Our company used web conferencing software that couldn't record. This predates Zoom by a number of years. During the calls, Special K would blather on about nothing. It was mostly inane stuff, like graffiti he'd seen, or the greasiest bratwurst he'd ever eaten. Any written correspondence with Special K consisted of 1 to 3 word responses that resembled grunts made in between quaffs of beer. Since he wasn't working, I understood why he didn't want to leave a paper trail. Creating agendas and outlines did nothing to improve the situation. I gave up on the direct support and continued to create documentation. Grimace, weeks later. Special K, are you done with the task for big company? Special K, yes, kind of. Almost, but I do not know how to do. Grimace, why didn't you train Special K too? Me, I documented everything he needs here, and here. We also had conference calls about it. Special K, ACH, yes. But I was busy. Ferdinand needed me to sweep dust from underneath the server rack. Grimace, okay. Keep up the good work, Special K. More weeks pass, task is still not done, and big company writes an angry response with bad feedback about Special K in a ticket. CEO pounces on ticket, Grimace takes ticket offline and persuades CEO that all is good. Special K emerges unscathed. Repeat 15x. That's right, this happened many times. From then on, Grimace handed every incoming project to me. I was told that Special K had some super secret job to do, and wouldn't be joining training sessions or assisting at all. If I went on vacation, every ticket that came in was waiting for me when I got back. Meanwhile, the account reps in Germany requested that I be flown in to assist them in person. I had a good rapport with them, and this would expedite their fulfillment goals. They were trying to retain some large customers during a migration to our platform. The old product supported a number of useful features that ours did not. It was chaos. Grimace and his boss, Finkel, flatly denied their request. If the company was low on cash, I'd understand. However, employees were traveling freely to the US, we were located in a tourist destination, and Germany for work trips with a healthy dose of PTO thrown in. I figured Grimace did this out of spite and marched on. The tense, awkward meetings weren't only reserved for me. I witnessed some passive-aggressive dick measuring contests that went beyond cultural misunderstandings. They were often punctuated with rhetorical affirmatives. For example, Grimace, the continuum transfunctioner will be included in the next release, yes? Keenan Feldspar, no, the next release will not include that. Grimace, but the continuum transfunctioner is needed by my big customers A, B, and C, yes? Keenan Feldspar, we would need to prioritize it on the upcoming roadmap. Grimace, you say no, but mean yes, Keenan. I want you to say yes. Keenan Feldspar, no, actually. Grimace, this is a problem, Keenan. Yes? So it was Cobra versus Mongoose, board shorts versus lederhosen, and flip-flops versus Birkenstocks MIT socks. I really wanted out. I was ready to leave the company, but I'd invested a number of years there, and had a good reputation among the grunts. Why should I leave because of these guys, right? I knew one manager, Costanza, who was intelligent, well-meaning, and wanted me to join his team. He was probably the only manager at the company who was honest. However, I'd have to train a team of NOC engineers in Bangalore on everything I knew, and then some. This would be a new bag of worms. To be continued.